go wee. I don't go wee wee.
Gotta draw the line.
I can when I go wee.
All right.
Fine.
Close.
It's already too late.
Close. 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 All right. Close. Close. Ding, ding, ding. All righty. This is episode 60. Already for this particular story. Been going over a year. And this story is called Ghosts. And it's set in the world of Skell on the continent of Nepal and the Republic of Saskatchewan.
Gesundheit.
Turn it down, please. Thank you. Captions. We don't need no stinking captions. All right.
Good job, man.
Let's get this out of the way. So, what we have here is a group of adventurers that are attempting to stop slavers. And they have had lots of encounters with lots of different individuals. Some have traveled with them for a while, like members of the Akaraman army, the landing force taking the slaves. They've met a giant or two, a haunted corn maze with a giant evil corn cob at the end, and they've been on ships a couple times, and now they're all on a ship bound for the Skell-Ghosts Islands. And the first night there, nothing happened. The second night, they had a fight in the mess hall in the bottom of the ship. And we're now in the third day of travel, and they're fighting a bunch of harpies. Even though none of them have encountered or know about harpies. And I bought these miniatures, and they arrived in time to be used. And currently there are those 4 harpies, and everyone is in a square and laid out. And just to refresh your memory, obviously there's the picture that I sent on the in the messenger, but I can take another one just so you all are completely up to speed on what looks like what. D&D Jib Jabs. Brad is not here. I'm assuming he'll join in when he can. And so...
He should have known better if he was going to court, because court always takes longer than they say it will.
It does.
I wonder if he's waiting in the parking lot or something, he could join on his phone, but I guess he's not. I mean, we might be able to
for his friend, yeah.
keep him informed on the Jib Jab. Include him, perhaps. As
well, if he's
nice.
I'm trying to think. He could have the option of, if he's got full data jam, he could probably at least listen. And, you know, or if you really wanted to be manipulated about it, you could go like this.
When I have full data jam, I just want to go to bed. Wow.
Brad Kimmon's calling? Oh, I see.
Hey, Cobb.
Yes.
Is there any way that you could put your camera for the map at the angle of the pictures that you're taking? I know that you can switch your cameras around, but if you had a camera on the table with the view in that map, that'd be awesome.
Well,
Then you wouldn't have to send the pictures.
I had that, but it didn't. It had to be moved around all the time, and it was like, well, that didn't. Like,
You didn't like it?
I already tried that way, and I figured we'd try a different way. And I don't mind taking the pictures now that it's fucking so easy to do.
Yeah, then that really helps. It was just a suggestion.
Yes. You missed a video chat from Brad. Well, I fucking.
He's still figuring it out. He's just got to join the existing call. It's all right.
We're good. We can do it.
He stated a couple things he wanted to do, so.
He laid out what spells he had. God forbid he cast Cloud Kill, but... Don't do that.
Well, all the harpies should stay down because nobody voluntarily goes up in the cloud of magic insects.
Magic incest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, magic.
Whew.
Okay, so anyway, we're starting round 4. So we got a fight here. So, the one harpy, I think it was, how much damage did that cloud thing do, Clark? You remember? I know that was last week.
Yeah, we need to... It's swarming around them and
I have current
engulfing them now.
I have current hit point totals for all of them. So it was probably... we're missing somebody here. That's what's going on.
It's 1d4 points of damage for the...
Oh, that's why, because that was a fucking snake, and I didn't have a fucking little snake monkey.
Yeah,
so,
I'm a tiny snake.
Let me...
I had forgotten that. You got a bite in, amazingly.
But I'm a venomous snake, so... Yes, I did manage to bite a harpy's ankle.
What about you?
Less than that has killed people before.
Oh, there it is. Okay. How amazingly, I still have the fucking twist tie snake.
You should use like a little piece of ramen noodle. That would be perfect.
There we go.
I
That one got you, Clark. You gonna make it, buddy?
Try that briefly, Greg. Yeah.
I found a little tiny piece of ramen noodle the other day in my bed because I'd eaten some ramen and I probably spilled a little bit and I was like, what the hell's that maggot doing in my bed? Then I picked it up and ate it. I was like, oh.
We're close.
Just a noodle.
It's just a noodle, yeah.
We're close here. We're close.
Ramen, it disturbs me. It disturbs me deeply.
I'm guessing that's at Clark's house. Something's
Must
bothering
be.
somebody over there.
My daughter.
Okay, so let me take another picture showing the snake.
Yeah, I'm here listening if you don't see me.
Okay.
I'm just moving around doing things. So.
All right, so we'll start with the guys up front. So first will be Guy.
Well, Guy is naturally swinging for his life to kill one of these harpies.
Yeah, he's engaged, and so is Boris. Boris,
I'm
action.
using my bastard sword two-handed.
Boris,
So I can
action.
move into the last round, or
Boris will attack.
What was the last? The last thing you did was cast a spell. Depends on the casting time of the spell. Do you know what that is, Clark?
What? Originally, original spells you had cast was a full turn, but it wasn't the right spell. But since I was changing my action, I cast a different spell of casting time of 7, which would have moved it to the end of the round anyway. So, think of that as what you want.
Okay, well, if you're casting a very slow or a slow spell, I don't think you get to move at the end.
Alright,
I think. Let me just double check that for you.
And my action is...
Let me just double check that. Doesn't cast a very slow spell. She can take a half move at the end of the round. Okay. So everybody.
What speed is very slow?
After slow.
What's the number?
I'm going to say that it is
7 to 9.
Oh, bummer.
for a weapon.
Oh, spell speed. I thought you were asking spell speed. My
Well,
bad.
it could be. 7 to 9 is slow.
Yeah, I was asking spell speed.
One round or more is very slow.
Okay.
And
So
then
7 is just slow. Okay.
for weapons, I think 8 is average and 9 is slow. That's what I think. But anyway. All right. So, Shadrach, action.
Point to me on the map. Am I right next to a harpy?
That's good.
Yes.
I'm going to move and shapeshift after I move, if I may.
Clark, do you remember the name of the spell you cast?
Magic missile. Cloud of Pestilence.
Cloud of that was
Yuck.
it. Okay. Let me just make sure I get this right here. Okay, there it is. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Thank you. Yellowish green vapors. And it sits motionless. Okay. All right, so they save versus spells, and then one of them failed, and I have their current hit points, so whichever one of them. Okay, so then at the end of the round, and even if this isn't correct, I'm still gonna fucking. They just drop underneath the cloud, and now they're like hovering just barely above the ground. So they no longer receive their +1 to hit for being on higher ground. That's okay. And unfortunately, no attacks of opportunity because they did not leave anyone's threatened squares. Okay.
Well, that principal casting spell.
So we then go to Vanessa.
Casting.
And then Bart. He had he'll cast magic miss, he'll cast a spell. And Pykel.
Look at the speed of the spell. I'll cast.
Casting a spell. All right. Boris, roll initiative, please. Beat of 5.
4.
All right. There we go. So anyone that attacks on fast, you would go. That would be Shadrach.
I'm moving and shape-shifting.
Okay. So, where would you like to move?
Okay, point to me one more time. Let me get this straight here. I'm going to move diagonally 1 hex, 1 square, away from the creature.
Now, you realize that when you leave its threat, it's going to get an attack on you.
Remember, I'm a little tiny snake, too.
I do.
So, I'll take that hit. I'll take it.
All right. So, you begin to move away, and it takes a swing at you. So, let's pull up its stats here. Right there. All right. It rolls and hits an armor class of 5. And we established that the armor class of the snake was 6. So that is a hit.
Yeah, that's an easy hit. Yeah.
And okay, that's we'll see what kind of attack it took. Could be a claw, or a bite. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So it's either a claw, or a bite, or its weapon, which is the same. Okay. So it did a bite on you for 3 points of damage, and it might actually knock the snake over.
How do you knock a snake over?
Yeah.
With a stick.
It's amazing. Okay. Yes. So, being small, it rolled a 5, which is what it needed. So, snake, please save versus paralyzation.
Oh no.
Roll the d20, please, and you want to roll high. You're not.
There we go. Oh, 13, and I needed 11.
All right. I don't know off the top of my head if you get a snake saving throws or if it's yours, but we'll just say it's yours for now, and then I'll
I would assume it was mine.
I'll figure that out later.
I mean,
well, the reason it might be the snakes is because you adopt all forms of its transportation.
I see. It's a motion thing. Yeah, I get
So,
that.
but until I don't want to waste any gain, I'm willing to just in case. So. You move back to right there. You are now behind Boris. Is that good?
And at the end of the turn, I shapeshift.
Okay. And what would you like to change into?
To me, a human.
Back to Shadrach, okay? And as soon as I find Shadrach's fig, couldn't have gone too far, I would think. Yeah, it's right in front of me. Third. Okay. Bloop.
You flicked it pretty hard.
Did I? Okay.
Across the table.
All right.
I understand.
That's I would never flick a fig. That's against my motif.
Flick a fig.
Okay. So now we go to any movement from anyone on fast if they want to. Those that aren't casting a spell. Anybody? It's okay, so no. All right. Oh, Brad's got his hand up. You want to move. Now you can see through the door, Brad, that those double doors are open, which is why you can magic missile these harpies here. You just couldn't see this one. So, do you want to cast Magic Missile on one of these harpies here? You can give me a thumbs up if you want, or a thumbs down. Thumbs up, okay. Do you want 1, 2, or 3? The number 1 looks like it's hurt the most. You want 2? Okay, that's the middle one. That's the one that would have been... No, you change it to 3? Okay. That's this one. That's the one that's fighting Boris. Okay, so Barthalanthus does the incantation. Evoc Arcane Elrod. And like a mini Goku. And that would be 5 D4s plus 5. And I have 5 D4s right here. Got 1, 5, 6, 8. Oh, 12 plus 5 makes 17 on number 3. Blam, 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 blam. Taking it down to that. Well struck. This one right here. Boris, these things are flying past you as you're sitting there fighting with your weapon with it. Oh, there's Brian. Hey, there's a hole down here in the boat. Shut up, Brian, you dingle winkle. Okay. All right. And then do any of the other spells go off on fast? Vanessa?
Average.
And Pikel? Pikel has left the building.
Average.
Average, okay. And so then we go to the loser side of fast, and that would be the harpies. And cling, coming in from the back. I need Shadrach to roll a D10 for me, please. Because you guys are underneath. Oh, right. You're like under here. So like coming, I know you can't see it because I'm zoomed in, but the harpies are like flying over and they're going to sneak attack. What'd you get? A 3? Cool. So, Shadrach, do you have any reaction adjustment on your dexterity?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but gotta ask.
He does, but Shad does not.
And I know Paco does not.
He's got a pretty high dex, so that's the one thing.
Okay. Harpy number 1 on Shadrach with surprise. So it's just your armor that it's like you don't get to use your dexterity, unfortunately.
Well, Shad don't get none, so.
All right.
So I'm armor class 5.
Oh. Well, even with the bonus from behind, it misses at least one of its attacks.
Oh, that harpy's in trouble now.
Armor class of 2.
Well, I'm 5, so
plus
that hits.
2 makes 4, or 0, okay? And then a X in the back of the neck.
Damn.
Armor class of -2.
I guess.
All right, so a claw and an axe. Oh, only 3 points of damage as a claw.
Oh, I did heal. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
We'll take care of that in a second. So the claw comes down.
Yeah, my bad.
Scratches you on your like your right arm as it like tries to get you, but for some reason it was shitty and it comes off your armor. Second one scratches on your left shoulder, and this one kind of a nail sticks through and goes rip. Ah! And then the axe, you feel it. Like, you just instinctively, the hairs on your neck stand up, and you move your head, and the axe goes, whoosh, and you take a point of damage just because you used up some of your luck to fucking avoid the blow from behind, which...
I had a little bit of reptilian reflex left.
Unfortunate. Okay, so then you change back, and I need you to roll a d6.
All right. Where the hell did it go? Okay.
No, what the sneak attackers make us?
Oh, hey, a 5.
Okay, so how many hit points were you missing before you just took 3 points?
3.
Oh, okay. Well, you get 50% of your missing hit points back, which is 1. All right, and
Clark, yeah, Shad's fine. Yeah.
Clark has his hand up.
Now, with the two harpies that entered the scene in the cloud, would they make a saving throw?
Well, they would if they entered from the side that has the cloud.
Alright. Just checking.
Yeah. And then the other one on Paco. And if I don't think Paco is wearing any, but we'll give him padded armor just because. So he's got an armor class of 9.
I thought he got some leather armor and a shield. That's what I thought, but might be bad. Because remember, we went to the armor guy and get him a weapon like a short sword and some crappy armor.
Sure, we'll give him an armor class of 8. All right. So this one is going to attempt to wrestle him and take him away. So, first thing we do, get into a square. That hits an armor class of 1, so it gets into a square. Now, Shadrach, roll an attack roll for Paco, please.
Come on, Paco. I don't know what his Thaco is, but he rolled a 13.
His Thaco is 20, so he hits an armor class of 7, which it isn't terrible. Unfortunately for him, the Harpy hit an armor class of 1, which is better, which means it has achieved the hold. It is not a lock, however, yet. So if it would have got a critical success, then it could have, went straight to a lock, and that would have been bad because at the end of the round it could have flew off with them. But it's certainly going to try. Okay. So Paco takes a D2 points of damage. And he takes 1 point. So this thing's like around the back of him, like kind of grappling with him, and Paco's like, ah! And trying to hit back over his head. Yikes!
Yeah, Paco's out of his league with the Harpies, I'm sure.
Ah! Let's see if Paco screams like a girl. 8. Ah, he screams like a man. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he's screaming.
Okay, now we go to the other Harpies in the front here. So the way this is laid out, Guy gets 2 and Boris gets 2. So let's start with Guy. Claw.
Yeah.
Armor class of 4. Claw. Armor class of 0.
Let's see here. Hang on. Well, I got the wrong dang sheet.
I think that hits because...
My armor class is 3 right now, I do believe.
Okay. And a bite. It's an armor class of 4. Yes, Brad, I know you called. Okay, let's just double check on that, just so we're good. Guy, your shieldless armor class is 5.
Yeah, I had my level 6 guy here.
4.
Let's see here.
1.
Yeah, it should be armor class -1, I think.
Armor class
0.
of 1. Armor class of 1 without your shield.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see
All
that
right.
now.
So you took 1 claw for 2 points of dinkus. As, the harpy is like right in your face, and you're kind of fainting and blocking, and it's slashing at you, but one gets through and gets you right on the back of your hand. Rips this flesh from it. Ow! All right. Then we go to the other harpy. Claw. Armor class of 4, that's a miss. Armor class of 7, that's a miss. Armor class of 6, that's a miss. You got, you're well protected, Sir Knight.
Yeah, he's pretty tough for that, yeah.
Boris, your turn. A claw. A natural 1. Ka-cling!
I want to remind you that he is under the effects of deflection.
That is something you should remind me of if they can even come close to getting you. Okay. Failure. Daryl, roll me a D30, please.
14.
Okay, you see that it brings its claw down on you, and you take your spear. Are you using a spear?
Yeah.
And you like jab up at it, and somehow you stick it in its hand and its claw, and you jam its claw back up into its throat, and like takes a point of damage.
Nice.
That's number.
Finally.
That's number
I hit it.
3. And well, somebody had hit it for 2 points before the magic missile, so I don't know who. Maybe it was the snake.
It might have been me, but I was missing a lot.
Yeah, maybe it was the snake that bit it.
Waving his spear around.
Okay, so that was the first claw. Second claw, armor class of natural 20!
Deflection.
Okay, what does that do again?
I get a saving throw versus death to 0 the missile damage or half the melee damage. Damn. 15?
Oh, that's got to be good enough.
Yeah, I need a 10.
Okay, so just a normal.
DM says that.
Just a normal hit. So you take a whopping 1 point, because then you say half?
Yes.
All right, so what could have been a nasty jab right into your eye, the magical deflection moves it to the side and it flips your nose. Does like Clark's doing.
There's a shimmer still about him from the magic.
All right, and then we do bite. Armor class of 3. Is that a hit? Armor class of 3? Boris?
Oh, yes.
Harpies are nasty.
9, I failed to save.
Okay, that is full Dinkus, which is a whopping 2 points, as it can't quite, like do a good purchase on your arm. So it kind of like, just as it's getting ready to bite down, you wiggle it out of there, and then you hear its jaw go snap shut. That could have hurt. Okay, and then the second harpy on Boris. Here we go. Claw. Armor class of 7.
That is a hit.
No way.
Well, then you need to save. Right?
I haven't taken my attack yet, so I can't invoke my battle frenzy.
Oh.
Natural 20 on the save.
All right. Well, you can't be missed more than you get missed, unfortunately.
Right, yeah.
So.
Just cool that I rolled it.
All right. Yeah. No, you burn your dice out. Okay. Next claw. Hits an armor class of 2.
Here comes a save. 9, I failed.
Okay, so I guess I should roll the damage for the 2 claws then. So we'll do this one in half for the first one. So your first one you took a point. The second one you take a point. These things just like it's slap fighting you. And then a bite.
Damn.
Armor class of 6.
Hit.
Save again.
18, made it that time for half.
Half will be 1 again. Boom.
Nice.
Man, so
Snap.
whoever cast that spell deserves some good finger blasting later on. All right.
Heck yeah.
Scott Wiley says drain plug again. No drain plug.
Oh.
Okay. So that is all of them. Now we go to average. So we have, I think, both the fighters up front on average, and we got a spell or 2 spells on average. So you guys can pick, or we can go strictly by numbers. So what would you like to do?
I'm on 5. Boris is on 6. Vanessa's on 5. Boris is on 6.
Guy is on 5.
All right, so I guess by you guys commenting like that, you want to do by...
No, I take that back. I'm on 6.
Numbers?
I'm on 6, my bad.
So let's just go Clark. Let's go Pikel. Why not?
He's on 6. Vanessa's on 5.
Vanessa goes first.
Okay. Vanessa's up.
So she bows her head and she says, "All-knowing Cobb, hear my prayers. Grant me the mana to protect my friends." And then she stretches her hand out and begins to sing. "Oh, let the light of the blend guide your hands. We shall reach the promised land." And she casts Battle Song.
And what does that do?
That gives my people, I hope, because it doesn't specify, it says all creatures, but I prayed that would protect my friends, my allies, and it gives them +1 to a bunch of stuff. Let me get back to it. Page 57. In a 50-foot cube.
Excellent.
The spell is readily recognizable by its ringing song, a loud ascending refrain that raises and releases the magic at the instant of its ending, affecting all beings within 50-foot cube centered on the point selected by the caster. I shall select me as the center.
Are you sure? I'm gonna coach you if you don't mind. So
I will appreciate any coaching that's necessary.
Okay, so in a fight like this, I mean, the only place you could center it that's not gonna affect the enemies as well as your own companions is gonna be where only you and Bart and Pykel are affected, because everyone's in a melee and they're all surrounded by the harpies, and that's well within 50 foot. So you...
What if I end it at Boris and Guy at that line, which would be 15 feet in front of me?
Okay. So at least you'd be leaving out those harpies, but then the two in the back would still get the benefit of your singing. Okay.
Correct.
All right. So, just to give you guys a good idea.
But that is why I prayed a short prayer before to ask to protect my allies. I'm trying to specify, but I guess it didn't work.
Only thing I can tell you is that the spell only does what the spell says.
Well, doggies.
All right. So anyway, so it goes all the way back to the back here. So all of those people get the benefit, including those two harpies, but those do not.
And where are the stupid Acaraymans that were all running up the stairs and trying to get out
fighting
there
their
with
own,
the nets?
Yeah, they're fighting other harpies. I just didn't feel like putting all those out there for clutter whenever we can focus here. But yeah, sure, there's other fighting going on that you can hear. It's like I would be playing sound effects, but it makes you guys unable to hear. So we'll just have to do what we can. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
But it gives everybody a +1 attack bonus, +1 damage bonus, +1 to saving throws, and +2 bonus to all ability checks for 7 rounds.
Damn. And Chad don't get it. Oh well.
He's there.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Okay.
He was out of the ring.
All right. We then go to who's on 6. That would be Boris, Guy, and Pykel. So you guys could pick.
Pykel, go for it.
All right, Pykel is going to say, I ain't singing it to you, Morden, but look out for my pals, and cast prayer. Holding this holy symbol up.
I think I remember right. That's a good spell.
Plus,
Yeah, prayer's pretty good.
allies and -1 bonus to enemies. 60
Nice.
for area.
Excellent. If we ever have a chance to fight an enemy where we can prepare ahead of time, they're in trouble. If we got a lot of good prep spells.
We're doing what we're supposed to do here,
Okay,
protecting
so,
the people.
Pykel, you may, if you can remember, because I'm guessing since this is starting to get a little complicated, just remind each of your friends that they get this +1 bonus.
So you get +2 bonus all to get if you're in the area of Farnessus spell.
But other priests of the... Oh, well, yeah.
And the harpies above lose their bonus.
Excellent.
Yeah, if you want to call it that, that's fine.
Negate.
Yeah.
But the harpies out here are at a -1 now.
Nice.
All right. Let's see if we can keep track of this shit, huh?
I'll try to remind you when it becomes relevant.
So those two are at...
And if they're flying, they're going to be in that cloud. Because it's only like a foot above our head.
Okay. All right, so then we go to Boris or Guy.
Go ahead, Guy.
He gets 2 attacks per round. This is his first attack. I get +2. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right.
To hit. And mine also does 1 to damage. Is yours to damage, Clark?
It says +1. I mean, it doesn't specify.
Oh, just across the board, so probably
No,
so.
it's +1.
With the pluses, I hit a...
All attack and damage rolls and saving throws gain +1.
Well, I hit a... With the pluses, I hit a THAC0 of 0.
Well, that's a hit. Roll Dinkus.
Are these large or medium creatures?
Man size, medium.
Boo! So what's my plus on damage? +2,
Two.
+1?
2.
2. All right. Take 10 points of damage.
Ooh.
Whack! I rolled an 8. Well, wait a minute, no. 8 + 2, take 12.
All right.
Whack! Maximum damage for medium size. Hurrah!
Yes.
Chaos Bolt!
All right.
Fine.
Yours, you stab it. It goes to the ground, bleeding profusely, as it tries to flop around on the ground it's mortally wounded. You can either let it bleed out, which that's what happens when it's like that, or you can do a coup de grace and take the free attack and do a kill in whatever manner you want.
I am going to move towards the harpy that's closest to Shad. If this thing's on the ground going flop, flop, I'm just moving past it into the next one.
Okay, well, you'll move at the end of the round if you want, but hold
Right.
on.
That's fine.
Okay. So that was this one. Bloop.
So I basically cleaved a big chunk out of it.
Okay. And then we go to Boris.
Excellent.
All right. It's a -1.
That's
Oh,
a
I
hit.
got +2, so it's a -3.
Roll damage.
Kill, Boris.
Roll dingus.
Kill.
That is, D6. Yeah, 8 points. +2, 10.
Yay.
Is it only a D6 versus...
And
Oh, yeah,
I should
wrong.
get 2
Okay.
attacks this round.
Okay, so you did 10, you said, Boris?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's looking really hurt, really mad as it screams, "Ah!" But it's still up and attempting to fight you. Okay. And then we go to the slow, and the fighters up front can each take their second attack. So we'll just go with Guy. Guy, there's still one in front of you. If you move to attack the one of the two fighting Boris, it will get an attack of opportunity on you.
I will attack the one in front of me, since it's obviously in front of me.
That's this one right here. All right. Roll an attack, please.
I hit armor class of 3.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
That was with the plus. Okay. 10 points. I rolled a 6.
And that's with the +2 for damage as well?
That would be 12 points.
All right. It is looking rough, but it is still there. All right.
He is just a big swinging blade. Just.
It's got slashers all across the front of it, but it's like flapping and kind of holding in a piece of its belly, but still like. All right. Boris, your second attack on slow, please.
Cramming the spear down on it. Yes, that hits negative a bunch.
That is a hit. Roll Dinkus. Add 2.
6 points plus 2 is 8.
All right. Oh, 8?
Don't you get a strength bonus?
Yes.
For us?
Okay.
Yeah, I already added
it. It's barely hanging on. It's like starting to fucking have a hard time lift its wing up as it's like doing the leaning thing. You know that it's almost done as it's still fighting and juking. All right. And then we now go to the end of the round, and theoretically I think everyone but Shadrach could move if they wanted.
I'll move out the room as far as I can, as far as the doors move.
And where would you like to go?
I'm not sure how far I can get, so...
You can go 3 squares.
Okay, where's that?
And so that would put you out here if you wanted to get out of the doors.
Yeah, just get me out of the doorway. I mean...
Do you want to be in front of Vanessa, or do you want to be next to this harpy?
I'll go next to the harpy. I'll attack the harpy.
All right.
You remember that from The Simpsons? Queen of the Harpies, always harping.
Okay. Bart, you want to stay where you are?
I'll move up to the door, double doors.
Yeah.
And I'll take deactivate this one.
Okay. Vanessa, do you want to stay where you are?
Yes.
All right. And Guy and Boris are still involved. And the last one would be Paco. Paco's...
Paco hasn't even fought this round.
Paco, he will try to break the grapple. So roll an attack roll for Paco.
It's +2 now.
Oh, that's right. Paco rolled a 16 without a +2.
So he got an 18.
So 18 total.
So that hits an armor class of 2. The harpy, oh, I'm sorry, hits an armor class, and that's the one where it's just straight roll. Hits an armor class of -4. He is not successful. He remains...
That's okay.
He remains grappled. Okay. And then that is it. So, we go to round 5. Jason has his hand up.
The last thing, just for dramatic purposes, when you see Shad turn up into a human, he reaches up to his face and pulls off a bunch of skin that looks like scales, and he's holding it in his hand.
Cool.
Just for dramatic purposes.
Yeah. All right, so we go to the next round. So we'll do like we always do. Boris, action.
Attack.
Guy.
Attack.
Shadrach.
Casting.
Pikel.
Attack.
Bart.
Casting.
Vanessa.
Casting.
All right. I would like Pikel to roll a D10 for initiative, please. Beat a 3. Sounds like you got a 2. All right. So, on fast. Anybody have an action on fast? Hearing nothing? Any movement from anyone on fast?
No.
Hearing nothing. Okay, we go to the loser side of fast. That would be the harpies. And so, we'll just go down the line here. The one on Guy. Claw. Armor class of -2. That is a hit.
That will hit.
Claw.
Did we roll initiative?
We did.
Yeah, Clark did.
Sorry, I missed it. I was reading.
So even with the -1,
We won.
even with the -1, that's still hit, by the way. Okay.
No, I know it did.
I
Yeah.
actually dancing with 3.
Well, I said
Uh-oh.
is any action on fast, and so
Well, Mark's with dead ready missiles.
yeah. All right, go ahead.
I split up 2 and 3 on one of the church wars, put 2 on it, and 3 on another one.
Well, you got 3 to pick from. You got 1 with Guy and 2 on Boris.
Okay, 1 on Boris I shoot with 2, and 1 on Guy I shoot with 3.
Okay. Okay. So, the 2 on Guy, you do 5 plus 2 makes 7. And
Does damage bonus apply to spells? I mean, just out of curiosity.
that one dies. What'd you say, Clark?
Does damage bonus apply to spells out of curiosity?
I wasn't going to say nothing, but I didn't think it helped spells.
Yeah, I didn't know. No, it's just FYI or I don't know kind of thing.
It says attack. I'm gonna say that a spell can attack. So, unless I see different, we'll do it like that. That's fine. Okay.
That's it.
And then Boris has 2 of them on him. Okay. And you said you wanted 3 on one of those. You do 3, 5, 8 plus 3 is 11. And so your magic missiles take out 2 of the harpies. Blam! Leaving 1 left on Boris. Okay. So we go to the one that is fighting Boris. So I guess I never rolled damage for Guy, so it doesn't matter.
What? I thought you hit me, but that's okay.
Well, no, because Brad had cast Bard had cast a spell that.
Guy is fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so Boris attacking you, claw, armor class of 4.
That is a hit. I'm going to make a saving throw. Made it by 1. Half damage.
Okay. Even with the -1 there. Okay. Other claw. Armor class.
Oh yeah, my saving throw is +2. I got to remember that.
Armor class is -3 with the negative.
That hits.
Okay.
18 plus 2 is 20. I made that by 10.
Okay, and then a bite. Armor class of -2.
Definitely a hit. But the shimmery magic, oh, I rolled a 1. I am hit, but I can't be hit worse than I'm already hit. Thank goodness.
Okay, so half of those and 1 full of those. Boris, you take 1 and 1 and 1 for 3.
Don't count on it.
Oh wait, no, that's full. I'm sorry. 1, 1, and 3. So 5 points of damage. And you
They're
are
scratching me.
the same size, so that would not be good. I have to roll a 7 out of a 6. That's not good enough. Okay. Then we go to the harpies in the back. So, let's see. That harpy that's right there, Pykel just walked out. But he's attacking, so he's not casting a spell. But Shadrach is still facing the other direction. So
I should be away from them.
that's the one that came in, the 2 that came in from the back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. I remember now.
So it will do a routine on you.
Boom.
Here we go. Claw. Armor class of -1.
Yeah, my spell's spoiled.
Claw of natural 1. Uh-oh. Oh, makes its level check. Holy shit, 27. And then bite. That's a horrible miss. Okay. So, out of all that, you avoid 2 attacks, but the first claw does... Oh, max damage, 3. So, as you're casting a spell and you're looking forward, you're behind Boris, I don't know what you're going to cast, but you feel something like barely touch your elbow, and then you kind of like get ripped down and your elbow, and you're like, ah, fuck, and you look and the spell goes, so whatever you were casting. Yes?
For a brief moment, you would see my eyes turn serpentine and then turn bloody red as I fall away. Ah!
Okay, and then over to our good friend Paco. Okay, it is going to attempt to improve its position. So if it wins this, it is going to do something that it is unfortunate. So, roll an attack, Paco. You have a +2. The creature is at regular.
I rolled a 13, so 15 total.
Oh man, you got lucky. What armor class? Oh, so that hits armor class of 5. The creature hits an armor class of 11. The lower
struggling
armor class, and I think because it was trying to improve, he breaks free. But let me just make sure I got that right.
Nonetheless, he's putting up a good fight.
Okay, no.
He's wiggling like a fish.
If both attack rolls fail, well, no. The defender wins. The attacker suffers a D2, and the defender's improved. Okay, so roll a D2, please.
I did damage to the creature?
Yep, this is a wrestling thing. There's lots of twisting and stuff
going
on.
Take a massive 1.
1?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Whatever plus is against, but I rolled a 1, so...
+2 to damage.
So 3 points total.
So we're going to do this one as Paco.
Paco wrenches his leg. He wrenches his claw. He's like, ah!
So 3 points, and he is now free.
I would say bite his ankle, but...
All
no,
right.
He wrenched that chicken foot. He was like,
Okay, and now we go to average. So, any spells on average quicker than a 6?
well, when did we get our second attack?
End of the round.
Okay, that's true. All right.
I seem to have lost my battle axe on my new sheet. What that is.
Boris is on 6.
Chad got spoiled.
Whatever a battle axe is.
Battle axe is...
I'll say 6.
I'm going to guess that it's 4. Let's see.
Wow.
I think it's 8. I think it's 8.
A battle axe. 6, so a battle axe should at least be 6.
Oh, battle axe is 7. It's on average.
I was close.
Okay. So, and so 6 is before 7. So any other spells? No. He cast. Yours was run. Okay, so there were no other spells. Okay, so the Sixers go first.
All right, Boris, swinging his spear, gonna jab it into the cringing creature. 5 plus 2 is 7, and I hit a 5 armor class.
That is a hit. Roll Dinkus.
Woo!
Boris.
Yeah, baby. 9 points.
All right. You take the spear. You jam it right into the chest of the creature. And you know it's a mortal wound because it sticks all the way through. And you see the thing. You can tell you've killed things before. And it falls. And it's kind of whimpering there, just kind of reaching out on its side, kind of reaching for your leg. And you may either coup de grace or let it bleed out on your whim.
I tear the sword free to rip the heart out or rip the chest open and move and turn, change my facing at the end of the round to face another opponent.
Okay, Guy. Nope. Oh yeah, Guy's turn.
Guy will attack.
All right. I'm guessing you're going to move over and attack that one. So
whichever one is closest.
We'll just put you
I
right
hit
there.
armor class of 2.
That's a hit. Roll Dinkus.
All right. Let's see. I got to remember my plus 2, just regular. Okay. 9 points.
You made coup de grace in one shot.
Not using his sword, as he slices the creature and it falls to the ground, he steps forward and just stomps its head into a pile of mush and keeps moving.
with a loud crunching sound against the lattice work of the deck that allows sunlight to go into the lower decks. The dripping of brain and mush through the holes into the next deck down is appreciated by anyone that might be down there at the time. All right. Pykel, you're up.
All right. I hit it.
You have a +1 for a flank and a +2 for a total of +3. And because you always forget, you have a +1 because of your sharpening stone, making you a total of +4 on the axe. So, what is your total roll?
25.
Cram that sucker.
Did you roll a natural 20?
Yeah.
Oh, explode.
Sweet.
All right, 15.
Okay, so what does 15 hit?
Mine, a 1.
All right.
But 2 minus 1.
Roll damage and add 1.
Damage for a battle axe is 1d6 and 1d8.
Battle axe
It's human size.
is a D8 according to what I'm looking at here.
That's what I was thinking of, the D8.
So a 5.
Okay. That would be the one on Shad. Okay. So 5, you said?
Yeah.
And then, oh, fuck, hold on. There. Okay. And then I need you to roll percentile.
I hit it in the 99. Wow.
Okay. Roll a D6.
Right in the feather bed.
The number 2.
Okay. Amazingly, you chop at this thing from the flank there, and at the last second it turns, but when you swing, it kind of tries to like kick away, like as it's kind of flapping there, and its right foot comes right at your face just as you swing at it, your axe severs its second toe from the right. Swing! And it takes that serious wound. And there are penalties associated with that for this creature, and it is now bleeding out its foot, missing a toe.
Yeah, it's time. Gotta go down a little bit.
All right. Does a battle axe have a D8 for a knockdown? I bet it does. Yes. Roll a...
It should. It's a big weapon.
I'm sorry. Roll a D10.
One.
A 1? Okay. You want a 7 or more on a medium creature.
Okay.
5 or more on a small, and kind of goes up from there. So, okay. So you do not knock it down, but it remains up, and its fucking foot's bleeding all over the place. Its claw-like talon or whatever the fuck it has. Okay.
Man, there's feathers and blood everywhere.
Okay. And then we go to Boris.
He doesn't get a second attack this round.
Actually, he could take a 5-foot step and go and attack the one that Pikel just chopped, if he would like.
So you're granting me a second attack this round?
Oh, I'm sorry. I fucked it up. My bad. Never mind. Okay. I tried because you're 3 every 2, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. So yes,
thank you for the effort.
I don't know how to play D&D, I guess. So we can just
I'm
stop.
just making sure before I roll the dice.
Right, yeah,
I just had to declare.
There's no reason for you guys to put up with a DM that does never reads the rules. Okay. All right. So then the only person that's left.
You just look at the pictures. I get it.
Person
would be
Vanessa
and Paco. So what is Paco going to do now that he's broken free? Is he going to attack?
Is the creature that he broke free from still there?
Yeah.
He's gonna hack at it with his short sword.
All right, so he turns around and he rolls an attack. Please roll a 1.
He's plus. Oh, please, not for Paco.
Please roll a 1, Paco.
Paco rolled a grand total of 10.
with the bonus.
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry, that is a miss. Paco swings.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss horribly, but the creature manages to avoid the attack.
It's like flapping up above him.
All right, and now we go to Vanessa.
Vanessa leans out the doorway and she's looking at the harpy that's flying near Boris and the one that just swooped in, and she's pointing at it. You shall feel the wrath of the blend, for you have invaded and attacked us. Let the light of the blend penetrate and seize your soul. It takes all around. She makes the sign of the helix on her chest, but I'm casting attraction, which is the reverse version of deflection. And this creature gets a saving throw versus spells to avoid the effect. If the saving throw is failed, the creature suffers 1 point of additional damage for every level of the caster when hit, unless a successful saving throw versus death is made for that hit.
Deflect. Okay. Well, let's roll a saving throw first. How about that?
Yeah.
I love a saving throw versus death.
So what are the variables of this spell? Like, the saving throw is a variable. What else? Is there any kind of...
No.
You don't roll any dice?
No, it takes 1 point of additional damage per level every time it's hit.
So, because of your excellent role-playing of the casting, you know I like to give people rewards for the jam. We will give it a minus a -4 on its saving throw.
Because of Pykel's spell, it has a minus as well, I think.
Oh,
that's to hit. Maybe.
No, it's all. It's -1 at least.
Okay.
Nonetheless, this creature is screwed.
So, let's just roll. It rolls a 7. Not good enough. Okay, so it falls under the effect of that spell.
Awesome.
And
as luck would have it.
When does it take the damage?
Anytime it is hit.
Oh, okay. All right.
For 16 rounds.
So you see, you see Vanessa. She cast a spell. How does what does it look like when it affects this creature?
The glimmer that went around Boris was a pearly, as it is activated. It shimmers in a pearly color, but on this one it's kind of a dark gray, swirly black as it begins to take effect.
Nice.
The attractions. Hey, big boy, why don't you come up and see me sometime?
Woo! This harpy's made a big mistake.
There's a bunch of them.
I think they're gauging our strength, quite frankly.
Aren't they always?
Aren't they always?
I shall be right back.
Shad's had his revelation to how to fight birds. It's one thing to prey on a bird, it's another thing to attack them.
With a bird bat. Okay, so I think that might be the end of the round here. Let's double check. So
I hope so.
That spell went off at the end of the round, which means Guy's already moved. Boris could move. Shad could move. Pykel could move. Bart could move.
I'm still a live target if I'm being honest.
Vanessa, yes, Vanessa cannot move.
In the ground.
And Paco theoretically
on a damn boat.
could
Is there any more
move.
of my sight?
So hold on, let's go. What's up, Bart?
Is there any more of my sight line?
I'm going to say from you looking out, and that is up and there. Make me a perception check. Oh, you don't have your dice. Hold on. I'll roll it. Okay, so where is it? Okay. And you don't have your sheet either, so let me pull that up.
Well, damn, Brad.
And
Send me the card when you start.
I know, Brad.
okay. So does Bart see anything? Oh, yes, he does. For a total of 40 on a D30. That is a success. So yes,
Damn.
you can see that there is a harpy. It's as it's moving and there's melee going on. You like Pykel's right in front of you. You see him chopping. You see blood kind of spraying.
It's in my ground, I can see what it's cast at.
Okay. So you're not gonna move?
No.
Okay. All right. So hearing nothing about anyone wanting to move, we will end round 5. Bloop. Next round. Okay, let's see here. Hold on, the end round. I gotta do something here. Okay. Okay, so, okay, so, let's do 1 or 2. Okay, all right, at the end of the round, the harpy that is fighting Paco says fuck it and turns to flee. Paco may take a free attack on it. Roll if he would like.
He will.
Roll an attack.
Paco rolled with a +2, he rolled a 14.
Armor class 6. Where is it? That is a hit. Roll dinkus.
It's a short sword. Is it a D6?
It is.
+2.
5 points. Paco!
Okay. So
that's the most damage Paco has ever
done. As it turns, he slices it along its right leg. But it is not enough to knock it out of the air or cause it to stop. And it gets to move, and it does move off the ship. Half speed. Alright. The other one, however, apparently is really, really mad at Pico for chopping its toe off. So, even though there's everyone there, it fucking is a fucking idiot. So, there you go. So, we go to round 6, actions, and so Pico is first because he's the closest. So, action.
Attacking.
Shadrach.
Casting.
Bart.
Casting my fourth and final.
And then who would be closer then? Vanessa.
Casting.
And then Boris.
Attacking.
And then Guy.
Attack.
Alright, and Paco is no longer threatened, so he will...
Attack.
Oh, here we go. It's never good to get the animals involved. Okay.
That's what I say at work all the time.
So let's have Shadrach roll initiative this time.
All right.
Beat up 1. My side is sped up.
Oh, man. I rolled a 3.
Alright, well, this fucking harpy, even though it's all by itself, it's fucking stupid and pissed and mad. So it's gonna attack Pikel. So it's like flaps down and standing on the steps there that lead down from the top of the foredeck, and Jason has his hand up.
My spell goes on 1.
Well, you will probably go first when it's your guys' turn.
Okay.
So Claw, armor class of, and this is in the one where it's just nothing. So armor class of -3.
Well, that would hit even with the -2.
Well, I don't think it's got a -2 because it was affected by the spell that Vanessa cast to give it a +1.
Oh, anything 60 feet from me gets my minus, but it still hits.
Claw. That's an armor class of 4.
Yeah. I think my armor class. What is my armor class?
Your armor class is Pikel Hammerhand. Your armor class is Mud. Oh.
Hey, man. Hey.
I don't have it on that one.
Oh, I don't have it on my sheet either.
Pikel, you.
5.
Your armor class is...
It's...
Yes, 5. Okay. And then a bite. That hits an armor class of 3. Okay, so 3 hits. So, the first claw.
Damage is minus because it's missing a toe, right?
Huh?
I said the damage is minus, it's missing a toe.
-1.
Hold on. Hold on. That might actually affect it. Hold on here.
Toe jam, -1.
Yeah.
Okay, unfortunately not. For that particular injury, its move is reduced by 1 category.
Boo.
And it has an extra 40-pound weight, but that's not going to affect its encumbrance yet. All right, so the first claw did 3 points. The second claw, 3 points. And the bite, oh, only 1. So this thing fucking says, whack across the side of your face. You go to block the one up with your axe on the second one. It actually reaches up underneath and like somehow like uppercuts you in your bearded face. But bam! And you're like, "Ah, fuck!" And then here comes this bite right at your face, and you're like, "Ah!" And you put the axe up and you stick it in its mouth, and somehow it clamps down on your hand. But then you jerk the axe back, and you only take a point of damage. And its turn is done. So,
what was it? 7?
You cut out. What did you say?
The total was 7?
Total 7, yes.
3.
7 points at Dinkus. Okay, so now we go to the loser side of Fast, and Shadrach said he has a speed of 1, and Bart has a speed of 1 as well. Daryl has his hand up.
Spell goes off on 3.
Okay. So who wants to go first between the ones? Bart or Shadrach?
Go ahead, Bart.
All right. That would be this one. Okay. One, 4, 5, 7 plus 5 is 12 points of damage. This thing's looking pretty hurt, but it's still hanging in there. The 9-toed harpy will live on in infamy. All right, Shadrach's next.
Is there a harpy engaging me right now?
Would it be a 8-toed harp or 7-toed harp?
I would say you are each threatening each other, even though it seems like it's more angry at Pykel. But yes, you're in one of its front squares.
Okay, I'll try to lock eyes with it just for dramatic purposes. It would see me reach into my pouch, just pull my hand up to my face and take a deep breath, and shut my eyes tightly in it, and my hands are like this. And as my eyes open, they're like cat's eyes, and I have these huge claws. And I'm like, rah! I cast Lion's Claws.
Nice. I like that. Is there anything variable about your casting? Or any of the numbers?
Unless I can attack this turn, nothing will happen. It's
okay.
Speed of... Yeah. But he sees... I went from being a snake. I was like... Snakes only eat eggs. Cats kill birds.
This is called Cat's Claws?
Lion's Claws. It's 3rd level.
Let's see if... Have we
I've
done
cast
this
it many times before.
And did we decide that you can't attack on this round? Is that how we've been doing it?
The last time I cast Lion's Claws, I also cast it simultaneously with Horns of Hathor and attacked the monk guy. So every other time I've cast it, it's been in preparation for battle. So that's up to you. I get 2 attacks per round. If I get 1 attack with it, I'll be happy. That's your call. Either way, I cast Lion's Claws.
You know what? I like the way you cast it. Take 1 attack.
All right. Let me make sure. I think it's a D4. Let's see here. Because I get a +2 on it.
Roll the hit, please.
I want to make sure I'm... All right. Come on. Shad usually doesn't... I hit an armor class of 3.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
I'm +2, right?
Correct?
Yeah.
All right. So... Hang on, let me see what Lion Claws does.
Well, actually,
it's like a +4. It's like a D4 plus something.
D4 plus 1.
Hang on. Okay, so it's +3. D4 +3 total. All right. $5 points.
Alrighty. Bam.
Making a cat hiss.
And feathers fly as you rake across its exterior, even though it's got wings. Somehow you managed to snag it as it was whirling around. All right.
Well, my previous spell, I was going to turn into a giant constrictor snake, but it blew it. So
Vanessa's on 3.
I got to go with a cat.
All right. Is the swarm of the plague of insects still milling about above our heads?
There's 4 turns.
It's a, yeah, it's like a, what did I say? It was like a green cloud, or it said what color
It's a cloud
was
of
it?
pestilence or
Yeah,
something?
it's like a cloud of, I think it's more like, you know, like...
Well, if it's the 10th, it fades.
It's like
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
arc or something.
The 4-round spell, so if this is round 5, it would dissipate.
It's, this is actually round 6. We're in.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess the answer to your question is no.
Okay, and are the harpies flying about? Well, that doesn't matter. They will be. You said there was other ones flying around.
There's...
Vanessa, go ahead.
If you can see on the map, there is this one harpy left that is in direct conflict with your portion of the ship, and you can see it from where you are because you're over far enough. And it's kind of Pykel and Shadrach are mucking it up with it, and Bart just blasted it, and it's still up.
All right. I pull my holy symbol and I hold it out. I reach into my pocket and I pull out a substance and begin to crush it in my fingers. Let the light of the blend consume the mycelia and form a web that will hold them fast. And she casts spell web from the railing above our heads, like the deck above us, out to the main beam of the sail. A greenish white flickering energy spreads out and stretches 7,000 cubic feet, which is
Good Lord.
7 10 by 10 cubes. So you know, I don't know how wide that would be. 10 by 10 would be 2 squares. Anyway, so from the railing above us out to the mast, I'm creating a spell web.
That's a lot of space, man.
So that it's above our heads, and if any of the flying flockers get in there, they'll be stuck fast, I hope. Give us a little protection above us.
Alright, that's cool. And just as you describe it, it comes out and attaches to the middle mast and all the way back to the front one. And there's now, as you described, and that's okay. It's not gonna. I'll read into the.
I was picturing more like a tarp above us from the railing to the beam that holds the sail.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Kind of like the video I showed of the Argonauts.
Okay.
I remember that scene.
That just happened. All right. So anyone else on fast? As far as actions, I don't think so. So now we would require if anyone wanted to move on fast, and let's say the fighters wanted to engage and threaten the harpy, they could move and threaten it.
Did the harpy down?
Clark, you're breaking up. What'd you say?
Did the harpy in front of me go down?
No, it's still there.
I think I'm good.
So Boris and Guy, do you want to move
Attack.
or you want to wait?
Attack.
Yeah, Guy's attacking anything with feathers.
But do you want to move now and then attack next phase? Well, I guess
Is this the end of the round?
I guess it's not going to matter. Sure. So Guy
We
and
were
Boris-
just on fast. I didn't know it was the end of the round.
No,
That's
it's
like
fine.
big one right there.
We're just going to average. Everyone's already gone. So go ahead and attack. And the creature will... It is going to turn and face Shadrach, which means Boris, you attack with the +2. Guy gets an attack with a +3 because it's 1 point extra for a flank. So, who wants to go first?
And We're both still under the battle song.
Yeah.
Swing, Boris.
All right. Awesome.
I'm waiting for Daryl to roll.
I hit an arm class of 2.
Normal shittiness, but he's not doing it tonight. Okay, that's a hit. Roll dinkus.
I know, I've been getting lucky. Last week I was rolling all kinds of crap. Ooh yeah, baby. That is 10 points of damage.
Ouch.
Look out.
This thing's looking pretty hurt now. You slash it and you can tell that one hurt. You like sliced it under its left arm and like cut some kind of tendon, and now its arm's kind of hanging weird and it's flapping, and you can tell it's like breathing hard, like uh-oh, and it's looking around like it knows the end might be coming. Okay, Guy, your turn. Roll an attack.
Horses, flock off, Clucker.
I still got the +2.
You do.
Yeah.
I had armor class -3.
That's a hit. Roll dinkus. Holy
Come
shit.
on.
Brad's on the move. Look out. Don't pay any attention to us, Brad. Just listen. Just listen. Don't look at us. Don't look at it.
10 points.
Oh.
Ah!
You stab it in its side on the right flank, and you know once again it's a mortal wound, at least you assume it is, and you see that the thing starts to list and it kind of flops down and it's kind of backed up, and now it's laying on the steps kind of like on its side looking at you, like holding up its arms as if it's trying to protect itself, but you can tell that it's bleeding out, and you may coup de grace.
He
Or
will
not.
raise his sword above his head.
Yeah, you can let it bleed out if you want to do that.
Now, this time Guy raises his sword above his head and says, "Deus Vult!" And he just slashes it in half. To the hip.
And with that, you look around to see if there's any more threats. You can see that the Acharamans have had mostly similar results with the harpies that have attacked in other parts of the ship. There appears to be 2 dead Acharamans, obvious dead, and about 10 harpies laying on the deck, and some of them are being like kicked and stabbed, but
Dispatched.
the fight is over and you all are victorious. Congratulations.
Ah!
And I would say,
Well done, guys.
I would say those miniatures came in handy. Bling.
It's always good to have minis.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's hurt? Vanessa steps out of the doorway. Who needs help? She looks around to see who's been injured, and Boris is cut up, so she moves to him.
That's not what I want. I want this. There you go.
I will harpy feathers.
Shad or I'm sorry. Guy will look at Pike and say, "Hey, man, you okay, Shorty?"
I got it. I'll take care of myself.
We won. Then he'll look to Paco and say, "You've done it, Paco. Now you've shed some blood."
Paco certainly looks relieved. Still sort of wide-eyed from the close calls that everyone had.
I'll see that I'll check Paco out to see if he's not too badly injured. Are you okay? I think Paco, for us, is not too bad off. He took a point of damage.
You can
No,
see
that-
that. You can see that it looks like he's got like a red welt on his neck where the harpy had come down and tried to wrestle with him and kind of scraped his neck, but he escaped. So
I'll shake his shoulder and smack him on the wound and say, "See, it's not so bad."
Clark, go ahead.
Was one of the harpies better adorned or equipped than the other harpies?
Would you like to go around and investigate?
Yes, that would be handy. Any of the dead ones, if they're better equipped or better arraigned harpies or...
Okay. What would, while he's doing that, does anyone else want to do anything? I think Daryl had his character asking questions. If you want to go,
I'm casting a spell on Boris.
Okay, so you're already doing something. Okay, and then we'll come back to you, and then Shadrach or Jason.
Shadrach is going to take possession of one of the harpy bodies unless anybody opposes him.
Ryan, it, we're good.
Guy is going to try to hack one of their wings off and walk around holding his wing up in the air saying, "See? See?
Okay, so...
The Republic always wins."
And then, Bart, do you want to do anything specific after the fight? You're on mute. I can't hear you.
The volume's down too, apparently.
Come on, Brad.
My Bluetooth is on.
There you go.
I shake my head again and walk back in and sit down at the table. If there is one inside there. Hear me?
Yeah. Okay. You going back to your? Are you going back to your room, or are you just going to hang out in this back area?
I was hanging out in that upper area, just inside.
Okay.
Is there someplace to sit down or anything?
Yeah. There's some quarters in there that theoretically you could. And then there's the like the infirmary in the back there, and it's got some bunks. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so Bart heads off after giving Guy a look of something. I don't know. What was the look supposed to convey, Bart?
Was it disgust?
Disgusted is harping about what he's killed.
Oh, okay. All right. So then let's go to Pikel. You start looking around at all of the harpy corpses that are remaining, and I would like you to roll me a perception check, please. That's a D30 plus your intelligence. And if you don't have a D30, then you know the way to get it done. Roll a D6 first, and a D10.
All right. Yeah, you gave me that way. I think I understand. Number 5.
So it's 20-something. Roll a D10.
And 8.
28. Okay. So that's a good roll. 28 plus your intelligence means that you were successful. And so out of the harpies that you found, that you were able to give a look at before the soldiers started tossing them overboard, none of them, like, they didn't seem to be in any kind of, like, not a what do you call it, organized hierarchy. There was nothing about any of them that was giving off the vibe of being in charge or leaders. If they all wore mostly, I mean, except for slight variations, they all had the same things.
But none are wearing anything more ornamental than the rest, I guess.
No.
Alright.
Let me just see if there's, let's see. No. I will say that you find on lots of them, no, nothing.
I just said, remember, Shad claimed one of them, and if Pikel comes over to mess with it, let me know.
Well, after, okay, no. No, okay. I'll let you, no. Okay, yeah, Pikel, your investigation reveals that these are a bunch of apparently they don't seem to either care, or maybe it's too valuable, but whatever they might think to own, they certainly didn't have with them, other than their weapons and the oddball looking pants that they wore, which I think is fucking weird, but hey, it's D&D, so there you go. Okay, so that's what you did. Okay, then we go to Vanessa. She was casting a spell on Boris, and what spell is that?
Gonna cure moderate.
Okay, I think that's a D10 plus 1.
Yeah, he gets 5.
All right.
Through the grace of the blend.
Okay, and then I guess we'll move on to Guy. And I would like Guy to roll a charisma check, but with a plus 4.
Ooh, that's a good one. I rolled a 17, so that's plus 15. What's that, 32 plus 4, 36?
All right, so your thing that you described, that you seem to be met with varying degrees of, like, almost respect. You're getting some nods, and the ones that are more outwardly ebullient are like raising their gladius and over their head and going, hey, and shabba dabba ding dong, which you don't understand, and a few of them like clap you on the back, and some of them just kind of give you the mean look, but then like don't do anything else. And then there's one that like winks at you and blows a kiss. So your role dictates that you are met with admiration and possibly gaining a little bit of respect from these soldiers. Very good. As far as Shadrach is concerned, describe to me what you do when you find a corpse. Because
first of all, I'm casting. You see Shadrach pull out probably the last wrinkle of mistletoe that he has, and he holds it in his hand, and he sprinkles it on the ground, and he reaches into his bag. He's still got his claws, because it's still in effect. And he sprinkles, it looks like some dust, and with a cantrip or a orison, I light the incense, and like a cat, I climb on top of the body, and I start to knead with my claws as long as they last. It takes me it takes me a turn. I'm casting Speak with Dead, but I'm pulling feathers out of this thing, and I'm mumbling. It gets a saving throw, I'm pretty sure. So it gets a saving throw, and I get to ask it. Let's see. I can question it for 3 rounds, so 3 questions. I can ask it 3 questions. It's your discretion, but that's what I'm casting, and I'm just climbing all over this thing, pulling out feathers and throwing them out, holding up its head and shaking it, mumbling. So yeah, people watching this are probably going to freak out.
Yeah, that was my idea, but I was looking for the more important person if there was one.
I just picked one because they all look the same to me. But you did right by searching them over. That's cool. But I picked the last one that fell before me. I just started ripping it up like a cat, just like playing with it.
Are you sure you want to do that?
It's my natural inclination. If anybody tries to stop me...
No. Have you read the spell?
It says... Let's see here.
Let me read. Let me just cut to the chase.
Okay.
You know you need to be able to speak their language.
Oh, pooey. Surely it should speak common or something. I'll take a chance. If I can talk to it. Like I said, it's your discretion. I'll take a chance. I'll blow the spell. Whatever happens, that's what happens.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Since the spell specifically states you have to be able to speak their language, but you did some excellent role-playing, I'm going to let you roll a luck and see if you pick the one out of all of them that somehow learned to speak some Southern tongue, even though...
That's what I said. If it's your discretion, I planned on that from the start.
Even though it doesn't...
You've been a bird.
It doesn't live anywhere on the southern continent, so...
He said, I've been a bird. I do speak bird.
So... roll me a... roll me a... you know what? Roll me a spellcraft, but with a -4 on it. That makes more sense.
Let me check my spellcraft here. My spellcraft is, if this is correct. Okay, my spellcraft is 13 plus my wisdom.
No, that's plus a D20.
This is straight up plus D20. Okay, so it's a 9 plus a D20. I rolled 21 total. I rolled a 12.
Okay. You, as you're kneading the harpy, and you're like have a look, or like you don't even look at what you're scratching, like a cat likes to just look forward as it kneads the dough and gets ready to lay down. And then you think about the crow, and you wonder if the harpy and the crow are somehow tied together in the natural world. And you think to yourself, well, the harpy, I don't know if it's natural. We don't have these where I'm from. You don't know that they're called harpies, but we're just kind of...
It's a weird creature to me.
We're using the term just to make it easy on us. And you start to think back to talking to a crow and how you learned to speak crow from your circle. And you think, well, I wonder if I can apply that to this creature. And so when you're casting the spell, you reach out your mind and you're starting to touch the spirit in the afterlife, or whatever energy that there is that's holding this body to it, and there really isn't any energy. And you remember that what you're doing is you're not actually calling back the soul, you're calling back a replay of this entity when it was alive. And at the very instant that you contact this, almost like a record, like it's got the grooves and the lines, the lifelines of this creature, the thought of the crow busts through, and at that moment you flick like a weird sort of like you flick your cat's fucking senses, and you bat at one of those recorded lines in the whatever. You're not exactly sure. That's not part of your training. You're not a planar sage or a necromancer or whatever. You just know that there's something there. And as you do that and you finish the spell, a semi-translucent fog surrounds the harpy, and the harpy's, though the harpy's head doesn't turn, the semi-translucent recording of the harpy's existence turns and looks at you and turns, and its eyes are open, and it looks at you, and you realize that you have found the recording of the life that this thing had, and you start to search for whatever answer you think that this recording might have. And what are your 2 questions?
Who sent you?
And
who did it work for?
you ask who sent you. Let's see. No. Oh, okay. Well, that actually...
I'm pretty sure it gets a saving throw.
That actually matters here. Hold on. Let's see.
I mean, it's not the opposite alignment of me, but...
Okay. All right,
not my
yes.
alignment.
So,
So,
you've made the connection. You asked the question. You see that mystical, ghost-like energy start to shake. And for a second, it's like it scowls and goes, "Ah!" And a lot of the people like stop and look around as the screech comes from, and they're like ready to fight. And then they notice that you're down and you're weird and you're doing your spell, and all your friends are like standing around. And rolls an 18. It goes, "Ah!" And the mist goes, pfft, and it kind of just sits there and remains still. The recording that you wanted to find, the missing 10 minutes of the Watergate tapes, is all you found. But you still have another question.
who sent you?
Oh, I see. Okay.
I start to shred it now, throwing feathers and blood and yeah.
As almost a thumb in the eye to the amount of work and training that it took you to get this spell to work beyond its normal parameters, the thing looks at you again and goes, "Your mother," and it floats away, and the spell ends.
I stand up holding my hands up and then I just look around at my friends like I'm confused, like why I'm here. My claws are gone. I just look like a normal shrimpy druid. I'm like, oh, what have I done?
What have I done?
And I kind of like skulk away from the corpse.
All right. So you guys have got it to do whatever. They have the Acaramans have thrown all of the corpses overboard. A couple come over and look at, and they're kind of trying to figure out what just happened here. They don't seem to know, and if they do know, they haven't let on. Yes, Daryl?
Vanessa would like to collect a few feathers as she walks out.
Easily done, not an issue.
And then she will ask everyone, Michael, are you injured?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's no big deal.
Guy, how are you?
All right. I'm all right.
Paco, have you been injured?
I'm all right, my lady. And Guy will smack him on that wound again. There you go.
That was a terrible struggle.
Oh, you chopped him in the neck.
Not hard.
No.
Just enough to smack him like a sunburn.
Sure.
Then she'll turn her attention to the bare-chested, loincloth-wearing individual that's got scratches and rakes and crooks on him, and she will again cast Cure Moderate Wounds.
All right.
For 10 plus 1 is 11.
Damn.
Maximum jam.
Very nice.
Surely Boris is feeling better after that.
Go ahead, Brad. What?
Isn't that plus 1 or plus 2 still active?
Probably. No, it's been.
But that would not apply to.
It applies to spells.
It's attacks or
That's right, weird.
maybe damage and saving throws. I think I wrote it down here. I thought.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it's mostly combat, Brad.
Hit, damage,
I'm just
save,
saying that
and
because I got
ability
my
checks.
ready to go, so.
all right.
We got it
So,
with our spells, so that was pretty good.
what would you all like to do now? Everything seems to be calm. That a lot of the sailors are starting to look up at this web that has appeared out of nowhere and they're looking up, and there's a guy up in the crow's nest that's like kind of got his foot tangled in it, and he's like, oh.
Guy's gonna keep that wing.
Vanessa, do
For now.
you leave the spell up?
Actually, I am not able to dispel it.
Really?
It lasts for 9 rounds.
Okay.
And then it will dissipate naturally.
Okay.
Once I gain on completion of the next level, I will then be able to dissipate it at any time.
Huh.
That's kind of weird.
It's a rare exception.
Well, there you go.
I'll cast Cure Moderate on myself real fast.
All right. Roll your healing.
I'm not sure what the roll is right now, but
Moderate is a D10,
D10
plus
plus
1.
1.
Yeah, good old heal moderate.
5, 6. So I'm good. No, I'm still down a couple.
Are you guys going to hang out above deck for a while, or Bart's the only one that's not there right now? As you guys kind of take stock, you notice Bart is not around.
I'll head back down.
Okay.
I'm going to stay out in the sunlight for a while.
He's gonna take Paco by the shoulder and say, "Come on, let's go have a drink."
Which one, Daryl?
Both of them.
Okay.
Vanessa goes to see if Shadrach's injured. How are you?
Shadrach looks at her and he looks pale and drawn. He's like, "I'm all right."
I can't believe you were able to strike that harpy from snake form.
I'm all right.
All right.
So, Pikel, you said you were going back down, so you exit the scene. That's fine. Guy and Paco are exiting the scene. Because you said you want to go have a drink, and Paco just kind of has a
I dragged him with me. Yeah, come on.
funny look is on his face, like, there's no bar on this ship, but he doesn't say it out loud. And then Boris, do you want to go any place in particular, or just kind of hang out there in the middle?
He goes to Shadrach. Come on, let's go sit down. Let's find a place to sit down.
Not below. I need air.
Up here.
Yes.
I look around for a bench. I put my arm around Shadrach.
You can sit on
Vanessa
the,
stays there.
you can sit on the steps. You could go up on the I think it's called the foredeck.
All right, I'll go up onto the deck and I'll escort Shadrach with my arm around him.
Shad says, "I need to touch the earth. It's been too long."
We'll be there soon. Let's just go sit down and enjoy the sun.
I tried to speak with the creature and I could not. I wasted
They
my
were
energy.
stretching me.
unholy creatures. I feel so weak.
You just need to rest. Let's sit down.
So much water. So much water.
That's good coffee. Fun.
No. I must ride the wind.
Maybe tomorrow.
We must reach land soon or I will be so weak.
I think we're getting close. That's why I like to sit up here. While it's daytime, I can look out on the horizon and watch for land. I'm ready to get back too.
Stay close to me, Boris.
I'm here for you, buddy.
I look at, where's Vanessa? Is she nearby?
We've walked away. We went up on the deck and she's still down where we were.
All right. And I'll just sit up there looking at the clouds, clawing at myself.
Put you in front.
Vanessa prays and she's going to cast another spell.
Okay.
And it's healing once again on herself.
All right.
And she gets 3.
Is that a light or medium or a something else?
Moderate.
Moderate.
Yeah.
Another
second level.
Humongous heal.
Super healing. No, but she got scratched pretty good.
Heal humongous. D100 plus your level.
She's going to stay above deck as well for a while and pray. Go to the other end of the boat as Shad and Boris sit somewhere quiet.
Okay. As Vanessa walks to the other side there, she notices Faimez is watching from up there. And Faimez says, "Was that enjoyable?"
No, I would rather not have been attacked, but channeling my mana in new and creative ways does give me some pleasure. Did you summon those beasts? Are they just roaming the coast?
No, they live on the islands, and
I thought as much.
As they do as they want to. They know they're smart enough to stay away from those that can defeat them, but they have, I'm sure, taken or stolen many things from ships that come too close. It is just another reason why these islands are very dangerous. I'm going to assume that Donkey Dan warned you of the dangers of traveling here.
Yes, he did.
These are not all that live on these islands. There are creatures that have either been exiled or came into being naturally and there are many smaller islands. This isn't just where the giants live. There are many, many different islands and many things to be wary of. The island of that I wanted you to see, but I don't think we're going to get to visit it, is an island to the east of here that has a very unique connection to the giants. They have ancient shrines to some of the deities that are, how do we say, either worshipped or equal to some of the giant kin.
That would be an interesting sight.
But alas, we are not going to go there. Maybe another time, once you have earned the trust of the Caesarium.
Well, I am hoping that having you as a guide on this leg of our journey will give us some insight as to what we can expect.
I would say if everything goes well, we will be there either by tomorrow evening or the next morning. If the stars can be seen overnight, we will probably be there in the morning at the latest. If we cannot, if the sky is overcast and the prince is unable to cause the clouds to disappear again, then we will be forced to be still. The reason that is important is because there are dangers in the waters that surround the islands. You must know the correct path. There are stones and reefs that will rip through even the strongest of hulls if going at the right speed. You must go slow and carefully, and ships the size of this have a hard time. I don't care who's the captain or who is steering. Even the most skilled helmsman must be very careful. These islands are hard to reach and hard to escape from for a reason.
I will pray that your crew is skillful. Will we be on foot when we reach the islands, or have you
when we reach the
wagon,
correct island,
carriage?
yes. No, if you were to approach in some sort of wheeled carriage or whatever, you would be seen as a slave. And we're trying to avoid that.
Of course.
Jason, did you have your hand up?
Does Shad see her? Does Shad see Vanessa speaking with the hag?
Roll me a perception check, please.
Well, that's a pretty good one. 31.
That is a D30 plus your intelligence.
That's, yes, 31.
Then yes, as you kind of are walking around the edge of the front of the ship. Now you are not allowed up on the top of the front where the ballistas are. So you're like down below where that raised portion is. That's why you got to kind of go around the side.
Yeah, the forecastle is what you're talking about.
And
just for the record, Boris stays with Shadrach.
Okay.
Because he was
that's fine. Yeah.
trying to get him to rest.
Okay.
Yep. I was anticipating that.
So let me see what you guys see. Okay, you're looking at me, and then there's the little thing up at the top, which I'm sure you can't see.
Yeah, Shad just sees Vanessa walk towards the hag. He only knows her as the hag.
Do this. So what we have here is we have, you guys are like here, right? And this part here is above this. So if you're here and you kind of walk around and you look, and basically what that means is you look up, and this is above that, and that's where you see them back there talking.
We can't see the upper one that you're pointing at because you're zoomed in on the lower boat portion of the map.
Shad won't go where he's not supposed to go, but he's going to start shuffling towards Vanessa, and he'll touch Boris on the arm and say, "Come with me."
Okay, so yeah, see, here's where you guys are. This is above that. So theoretically you could be here or you could be here, and then this is above that, and so as you look up, you see them.
Okay. So Shad is going to start moving towards Vanessa.
Alright.
Not fast, just shuffling.
Are you
touching, like I said, touching?
Are you trying to get all the way over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to reach her physically.
Right. Well,
yes.
Nobody gets in your way.
Okay.
So Vanessa, as you're talking with Famez, she looks and says, "Here comes the simp." And I guess Vanessa has no response.
Shad is shuffling up. He looks fucked up. He looks sick, but not injured.
She moves to him. What's wrong?
He holds out his hand. It's got some withered flowers and a couple of seeds, and he says, "Keep these for me, will you?"
She cups her hand.
Hold on, Shadrach, roll me a charisma check, please. With disadvantage.
Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Oh. My worst roll is a 15.
Okay. Vanessa, roll a d10. Oh, please, this is going to be great.
10.
10. Fucked it up, Daryl. Okay, so...
Again?
Vanessa, you notice that Famez has like a scowl, and when you hold your hand out, she attempts to like smack your hands. Would you like to do anything about it?
I move my body to prevent that from happening.
Okay, so you do that, and you kind of feel like a little, like a doom on your back, where she, like you cock blocked her, and you accept the wilted jam from the druid.
It was a hip check to mother.
For game purposes, it was 3 mistletoe seeds and a wilted mistletoe flower.
And add that to your inventory, please. And remove that from your inventory, if...
Yeah, I'm pretty much, I got a plan for when we hit land. That's why I'm weak right now.
Okay.
I'll keep them safe.
Chad,
do you need
grab your hand and...
assistance?
He says, "You've done all that you can." And he'll turn away and say, "Come, Boris. I'm tired."
Okay.
Hag.
Vanessa puts the
hold on.
jam in her
Shadrach,
pouch.
roll me another charisma check at disadvantage, please.
Oh, you're going to be happy with this one. I rolled a 2, so 17.
Okay, so Shadrach turns and goes hag. Shadrach, roll me a d10, please.
Oh, good Lord. A 9.
Okay. You hear something, and out of the corner of your eye, you look. You see with unnatural speed for an old lady, a staff comes swinging at you. Would you like to do something about it?
I take it.
Okay. So, she might still fuck up, but if you're taking it... So
I take it without any resistance.
Right.
I don't resist. I don't bend.
Okay. So that would be an armor class of... armor class of -1.
Oh, that definitely hits.
And this is subdual. So you take, I think it's half of that. Just I don't remember. But we'll just, for the time being, you take 2 points of subdual. But the thing that we're trying to do here is no. Okay. And you hear you hear her say, "Just hag if you would."
I'll only respond if Boris tries to do anything. Otherwise, I'll just ignore it. I'll take it like an animal taking a smack and just keep walking away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on here. I rolled the wrong thing. D10. There we go. Save versus paralyzation, please.
Ouch. All right. No pluses.
No.
I made it by 1.
All right. She hits you on your leg, and it hurts, and you start to buckle, but then you don't give her the satisfaction, and you straighten up. There we go. Okay.
I'll just keep walking. I won't respond. Nothing.
Yeah.
Boris just gives her a look
I have, so.
as he walks, and he says, "You shouldn't call her names."
I'm sorry.
Okay, where do you guys go?
Let's go back. Let's go below, Boris, and have something to eat.
Okay.
Leaving Vanessa and Famez alone again. And
The hag.
Vanessa, you notice without having to roll that your mother appears to, just for the briefest of moments, enjoyed that little interaction with Shadrach. She was kind of mad, but then when she whacked him, she was kind of
She felt better.
Yeah. Because she's a fucked up old...
I wish you two could be civil.
ogress, and she gets off on hurting people. So there you go.
I probably disappointed her slightly because I just took it and didn't grunt or anything. I just took it.
That made her happy. But what can you tell me, Mother, about the moon and the stars? I hear some fortune tellers can read things into it, and we can go into that at a later scene if you want to go to below deck stuff.
Well, Bart isn't around, so we'll just assume he's got his feet up in a hammock.
He's seasick.
Pikel, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything I need to be aware of below decks? It's not quite chow time yet, so you have time to do something if you want, or you can just relax and settle down from the fight?
No, I can't think of anything specific.
All right. I know sometimes
if you go below decks,
sometimes Pike will whip out a spell in the downtime.
I was looking.
Okay. All right. So then we got Shadrach and Boris and Guy and Paco. So, and Guy and Paco go downstairs, and they
I'll be right back.
What's his name? Covidius approaches you and he says, I saw what you did up there, man. You did all right.
Guy just looks at him.
Okay. And then
Paco smiles. He's like, yes. And Guy gives him a dirty look.
Gives Paco a dirty look or Covidius?
Yeah. Like, he looks at Paco like, shut up.
Oh, okay. So Covidius is like, alrighty then, and he walks away. And so where does Guy and Paco head off to?
Is Paco down there too?
I guess I went back to the barracks or the room.
And if Paco comes to the main room, I'll be like, hey, Shorty, come on, join me.
This is Guy and Lance.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think Shad would call you Shorty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
I'll join him.
All right. So there's a couple other sailors that are in there, but it's nowhere near at capacity, and the chow bell hasn't been rung. So, but you can smell that somebody's doing some cooking, and it's strongest in the lower floors because the kitchen is there. I don't know.
He's gonna bang on a table. Ale! Ale for all the able-bodied warriors!
As you yell out, you see a couple of the Echoramans kind of look at you, and one of them just shakes his head and goes back to talking to the other one, and it's as if they don't understand you.
I'll lift it up. Ale! I'll make the drinking symbol. Bang on the table some more. What's wrong with you people?
Michael face plant.
You mean face palm? Yeah, that's face palm. Face plant means you fall over.
On the table. Bang!
That's after the ale.
That's what Pike will do, face plant.
Okay.
If anything, I would say to Paco, go see what they got. Surely they have something in a barrel.
They might have rum, right? So
we've earned it, whatever the hell it is.
So what does Paco do?
I would say Paco will. He knows where the galley is. He knows his place, but I would ask you to roll a d20.
Okay. I rolled an 8.
He goes and looks for the cook, he goes to the mess. He looks for the mess hall.
Have Paco roll me a charisma check, please. So he's rolling a d20 and adding 10.
Paco rolled a 10.
Okay. So Paco disappears what looks to be down back into the kitchen there. And then you hear something happen. And then Paco walks out, and it looks like he's got flour all along the front of him. And he's like, They didn't understand me, and then one of them got mad and threw flour at me.
Guy will just pat him on the shoulder and said, okay, good enough.
I think you're going to have to wait until we get back to civilization.
You think that these people know how to celebrate a victory? Apparently not. Oh, well. Good job, Paco. You tried.
All right.
Paco feels good. That's his first major battle. So he's kind of flushed with victory, and he's still in a squire mode, but he knows that Guy knighted him in his own personal way. So yeah, he feels above being a common servant.
Okay, so you guys are hanging out there, just patiently waiting for chow time. Meanwhile, yes, and okay, so Finesse, and Famez, you asked about, what can you tell me about the stars? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the stars and the constellations and the planets. I've heard that some can read the stars and see the weather or portend events. Do you know any of that sort of studies?
That is very ironic that you would ask me about that. Caesar has a huge interest in the stars, and although Caesar does not believe that those are what you would call, we don't know what those are. Those lights that you call stars are actually holes in the heavens that the gods have placed lights there so they may view us. And in some of those lights, if you think that they form a picture, then those pictures can be read sometimes by those who are knowledgeable in what they mean.
So you've studied this?
A little. As I said, Caesar is very interested in the lights in the nighttime sky.
Just as the astral mycelia flows through everything here on our plane in this realm, I know that there must be others more pronounced in other planes that connect us all somehow. The patterns in the stars must have some meaning.
She says, tell me why you think, what is a star?
A light in the sky where the deities reside and look down upon our Skellish realm and decide who to send their blessings to, and they receive the worship and the praise from their faithful through the mycelia that travels up through the planes to the heavenly existence of all the deities.
There is much that you just said that I know nothing about. Mycelia. Why would you say it was mine? Is it like
well,
you're talking about? Are you talking about like that is what you were taught, that there is something above us, so it is like you just say it like it's my ceiling?
It's a word that represents a network, like a plant has roots. The invisible channels through which the mana flows create the mycelia. It's a term for a network of channels. I'm sorry you don't understand that. I was hoping that
I do not.
You had more religious training. And again, this is just my perspective and my understanding of how the faithful essence flows.
I understand my religion perfectly, not yours.
Maybe we can help each other understand our cultures so that we maybe can achieve all of our goals.
He gets this look on his face.
If I'm willing to help you achieve your goals in Caesar's court, I would only ask that you return the favor and help me achieve my goals.
Of course.
To get...
I would do nothing less than help my daughter achieve her goals, so long as they align with the Caesarium.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, but also I hope that I don't want us to fight, Mother. I'm sorry. I just hope that we can be civil.
Roll me a D10.
Achieve.
Roll me a D10.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so in like the blink of an eye, her face darkens and she frowns and she says, "How else do we show our love than with the scars that we bear?" And you're like just taken aback with her ferocity. And you're surprised when she tries to backhand you with a called shot across the face.
Oh.
So with a -4, she rolls that. And so, hold on here.
You just got slapgabbed.
She hits an
She
hits an armor class of 4.
That's a hit.
Oh.
Okay, so it's brawling. It's subdual. So a D2
Second time today. God damn it!
plus
Chad feels
plus
all of this.
her
He's
strength
gonna get this broad.
is that. So you take 3 points of subdual and make a strength check at -4, please. She got a total of 32.
28.
Okay, you are knocked prone in the square since you're bigger, and she towers over you in her face, and she says, "The only way to know that you are loved is to be shown with the back of my hand." And she's like slobbering, and you see that her bestial nature cannot be contained, and your half and your training and discipline, you begin to understand that though she may be your mother, she is from a different culture And there is a definite clash of cultures going on here. And what you choose to do with that information is up to you.
That was my first impression, because I was saying, help each other and understand the cultures. And there it is. The culture's a slap in the face.
Now,
makes sense.
Get up! Do not stay down! And she takes a step back from you.
I stand.
And she says,
I don't appreciate that.
That is what our life is. Never lay down. If you get knocked down, you get back up. You show respect by knocking their teeth out. You are my daughter. You are barely any of that weakling father of yours. He served his purpose, and I let him live because he did his job well. He was weak-willed. He fell for my spells. I controlled him for years. You are mine and mine alone. Don't forget that. That was a fucked up sound.
I have to Vanessa groans and cowers a bit, but she turns and walks away.
Okay. Jason, you had your hand up?
No, I'm just shaking my finger at Vanessa.
Oh.
She knows.
Wag of the finger.
Vanessa knows.
All right. So, does Vanessa do anything that I need to be aware of until chow time?
No.
Okay.
Chow time, Vanessa.
So we'll just scoot ahead. You guys kind of hang out, and then the bells are rang, clang, 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 and you start to realize that the chow bell has a certain, like a double ring, clang, 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 and then when the attack happened, it was just a constant clang, 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 clang all over. So there's different sequences for the bells for different meanings. And the chow time is had. Does everyone participate at the same table, or does anyone remain like by themselves? We'll just say Bart does not exit. He stays in his room. Pikel, do you, well, you're already there, so I guess it would be, who's left? Vanessa and Shadrach. Do you join your companions at chow time?
Yeah, Shad and I assume Boris will join Guy. Guy will be like, the Green Man! Look! The Green Man! And the Short Man! Yes!
Vanessa stays up and prays.
Guy's gonna put his wing on his shield, awkwardly if possible, in whatever way he just attach it to it, be like, wah!
Yeah, you're gonna roll me a d20.
At the very least, Guy is gonna put a feather in his helmet from a harpy. I rolled an 11, whatever plus.
Okay, so these wings are about the size of your shield. And so you're like, okay, unless I have a bunch of rope, I don't see how I'm going to attach this. And plus,
yeah, I'll just like bind it to it, and if it falls off, okay.
But you end up, you said you end up taking some feathers and doing what with them?
I'm going to take at least one feather and put it in my helmet.
Okay, you do that. And are you remaining in your armor this whole time?
I will strip down to my my basic eating, I'm going to take off my armor after a point and be like ready for dinner. I'm not going to walk around stomping around in my armor, but I will have my shield with the wing on it. So there's my armor, my shield and my wing.
Okay. As time goes on, the smell of a couple days travel with no bathing starts to weigh heavily on everyone. Some people, if you've ever been around a smelly person, the only thing I can say is it can get fucking rank and terrible. And I don't care how long you're around. You can get nose blind, but if you're not in something all the time, it can fucking fuck with you. So,
it's a whole room full of it.
Well, remember the world we live in. Most people stink, and so there is nose blindness, like you say. But we have the smell of dead fucking birds all over us.
Right.
Yeah. So it's pretty smelly right now.
There's cleaning that needs to be done. Otherwise, things will decay, even those things that are made of metal. So that's just kind of a routine thing. But right now, after the fight, if you didn't take the time, then you got bits of flesh and blood and just
probably for 2 days. Unless after 2 days, then it'll be like, yeah, let's start cleaning this crap up. Like I'm sure you hunters have probably had a carcass and then forgot about it for a certain amount of time, and it's like, oh fuck, I remember the duck that I shot. So, in this case, these duck would look like ladies and were large. So, but anyway. At the worst, Shad would turn into a vulture, just so he wouldn't bother him so much.
And Daryl, you said Vanessa stays up and prays?
Yes, she's gonna just stay up on deck and enjoy the weather, watch the sun and the clouds, and pray to the blend to guide her. She's not casting any specific spells. She's just trying to find peace.
Okay.
How long has it been since the battle?
Just like 3 hours.
Okay. Yeah, Shad will stay below with the group.
All right, so it's these 5 individuals are together, having the food that's prepared. It's not that great, but it's not terrible either. It's certainly slightly better than pemmican, but not as terrible as cram. So
Shad doesn't eat anything. He just drinks some water.
Is there any conversation that takes place over the meal that I need to be aware of?
Those bird ladies was scary. They scratched at me. I finally was able to hit them.
Look at this wing. Huh? Look at this smelly old thing. That's all they are. Dead birds.
They're a bit like the bird people. We get mines every now and then.
Bird people?
Bird people.
What do you call them? Aracocras?
I call them bird people. What?
Oh, I think I know. They're colorful. I've seen them come in, swoop in from the mountains and take prey, but never got close to one.
I've heard of swab maidens. That's about it. Bird people? I've never seen a bird person.
Well, today you did. They kind of look like bird ladies with chicken feet.
And they died easy.
That one, I poked her and she said, "What?"
I wonder if they fry up good.
The Acaramus didn't seem to think so.
Acaramus.
I was hoping we could stew it up.
The Acaramus.
Instead we got this gruel.
Chad says,
I'll be glad when I can eat a rabbit.
Chad says, I'm sure this is the least of it.
I bet you're right.
If this is...
We're in for some deadly battles.
Imagine 100 of them.
There were a lot. There must have been 2 fistful.
He said, yeah, they die like any other bird. I wasn't afraid. They bleed, they fell, they squawked. Bah. Paco says, yes. Even I struck one down.
It had a hold of you for a little while, but you were squirming like a squirrel.
Paco blushes. He kind of laughs, and then Guy will smack him on his wound again. Yep. Paco's braver than you think. Chad looks sickly and just kind of like pulls his cloak up a little bit more.
Paco, you got nothing to say to these people? You're just smashing your face full of jam?
Paco's like...
No, Pico.
Yes!
Pico.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My first battles. Stinking Goblin, I was using this ball and chain we used in the mines. It didn't go very well, did it?
Guy said, that's one hell of a fart, Shorty. Glad I can't fly.
Well, it's best to keep them on the ground where you can deal with them.
I like your axe, Shorty. Does that take both hands or just one?
Depends on the size of your hands.
And I'll smack him on the shoulder. There you go.
That swarm of insects sure brought those bird ladies down where we could deal with them.
Dirty bugs will bring anybody down.
No fun swinging something up in the air.
Skeetos is what I heard them called. My horse one time kicked and threw me off because of some flies.
I can picture that.
All right. I need all of you and not Paco to roll charisma checks, please. And I will call out and ask for numbers.
Uh-oh.
So we will start with, and we'll just go with top who's on my screen here. So first, Boris.
20.
Oh, so close. Okay. Okay. So I need to flip over here. Boris. Okay, 20. And then we'll go to Pikel.
Oh, 7.
7?
17.
17, okay.
That's better.
And then we will go to Shadrach.
Shad rolled a 20, natural.
Explosion.
That's why I grabbed... Oh, no! Okay, so it's my 20 plus my charisma plus the D roll, right?
Yeah, you...
47. 47.
Okay, awesome. And... Key?
27.
Wow, that explosion saved the day. That's 3 successes to 2 failures. Because
I was shocked. Shad usually rolls a shitty charisma roll.
Uh-oh, I hear somebody creeping. What time is it?
9-ish.
Oh,
9:53, sir.
okay.
But we started an hour late.
Why are you naked? Uh-oh, that can't
Who,
be
me?
good. No, my son, that can't be good. That either means he crapped all over the place or something. All right. Well, you know what? That's a good place. That's a good place to stop because.
On that note.
Yes.
I hope he didn't crap all over the place.
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes you got to play the hand you're dealt, fellas. That's just the way it is. So.
Well, it was short and sweet. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
I hope I didn't blow it this time, guys.
Nope.
So.
Everything's great. And before you go, Daryl, Pikel had said that the last Saturday of the month he was available to play. I don't know if that's still a thing you're up for, Jason, or not. Well,
yes.
You need to tell us. You need to tell us then if you get okayed to be off. Then
I am ready for Saturday at the end of the month.
Daryl, do you have a question?
I'll fix it tonight with my scheduling people. It's fine.
Okay.
So are you talking like noon till whenever?
Well, I have
or what do you have in mind?
When do we start?
I have a question
okay, go
I
ahead.
have a question for those of you that live in Missouri. Should we make it a special occasion and you guys come over and we like cook
That's
and have food and then we can game at the table and what do you think?
Yeah.
I'd be up for that, but the thing about the extended session though, I don't know, man.
Well, why don't we do like a 3 to 9 and we'll like have food available, and we'll like cook or something like an hour ahead of time, and then we'll game 3 to 9. How about that?
Let's just leave it open-ended until people pass out.
You guys like cheesecake, my wife eat cheesecake.
9 o'clock is probably about as late as I kind of am used to going.
I'm open because I'm a weirdo.
All right, so I will text Brad and tell him he said he was up for it. Obviously it's Brad though, so random fucking shit could pop up at any moment.
We got 2 weeks at least.
And then
Cool.
there may be a couple special guests involved that have showed interest as well. So this will be a special jam in the works. So
I don't care who shows up. I'll be quite happy.
Sounds like fun.
Super special guest villains.
All right, so
I'm all for it.
Put it on your calendars, Clark. Make sure you're good. Last Saturday of this month.
Yeah, the 30th.
I'm gonna put it in right now, and I can take it anyway, so I'm good.
All right. Well, very good then. As far as I'm concerned, unless something bullshitty comes up, then that's what we'll do.
Excellent.
Oh, I wanna do one thing for you.
I'm here, but you're kind of freezing up a little bit.
You broke up there, Daryl. Oh no.
What is it?
Oh.
No.
You broke up there. No, there you go. No, you're still...
I got up from my spot. You didn't hear the bell?
I heard it, but I didn't know what it was.
Oh.
That's amazing.
I thought you would enjoy the bell.
I do enjoy the bell. What is the point of the bell, I guess?
Well, just the cream for the session.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I love it. Oh. Cling.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, then. Thank you, gentlemen.
I just want to say, Cobb, I changed it up for this game session. I just railed a bunch of Coke before we started, so...
Instead of getting drunk.
Well, I guess I have no issue with it.
I
love you, man.
I love you, too.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. And don't forget to take that... Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you, watching, Internet. We will catch you next time, and let's hope that my son has not created a thing.